Hey yo, what's good? It's your boy Nano coming to you live from my kitchen. You know what it is. How's everybody doing today? Hope you guys are great. I'm doing great. Thanks for tuning in here today at Nano's Kitchen. I'm Nano. Today I have a very different recipe for you guys. It's something that most of you guys probably haven't tried or probably haven't even thought of. I'm going to be making tacos made out of hibiscus flower. I know it sounds really extreme, really crazy. A lot of people use this to make teas, hibiscus tea. Today I'm going to be making hibiscus flour tacos with handmade tortillas. It's going to be a really, really good one. I really enjoy it. It's one of my favorites now. I make it often and I want to share with you guys. So I hope you guys enjoy it too. So let's get started. Alright guys, here's the list of ingredients you'll need. Feel free to pause the video, take a screenshot and gather up all of the things you'll need. This is what the hibiscus flower looks like. It comes dry. You guys are gonna hear it crunch. So what we have to do is we have to soak it for a while. So what we want to do is we want to add the hibiscus flower to a pot. I'm adding 4 handfuls. I later found out this was quite a bit, but that's okay. Nothing wrong with leftovers. So just 4 big handfuls. I didn't really wash them. I just added water to them. I figured I was gonna boil them anyways, so I think they should be fine. So you want to fill it up with water, and then you want to transfer it over to the stove, boil it. You want to boil it for 10 minutes, and then you want to turn it off and then cover with a lid or plate, anything that you have at hand. And then we're gonna start off by chopping up some garlic cloves. I have 2 garlic cloves. I like to peel them, so I give them a little mash, and then I dice them up, chop them up, give them a nice little mince. Watch them fingers. Always keep your knife on your board and chop, 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 chop. And then I'm gonna do 3 jalapenos. I like my food spicy, so I like to add a lot of jalapenos. You can add as many as you'd like. 1 is fine, 2 is good, 3 is good too. So I'm just chopping up 3 jalapenos, and then I'm going to add 1 poblano pepper. I cut them up long ways first, and then cut them up into long, thin pieces, and I chop it up into short little squares. Then I'm chopping up 1 onion. I cut off both ends. Then I cut them up into rings. I'll chop them up one way first, and then I'll turn them over and I'll chop them up the other way. Always, like I said, just make sure you wash them fingers. You don't want them to slide around. Then I'm chopping up 3 tomatoes. I cut them up long ways, one way, then the other way. Then I chop them down, lay it on its side. I chop them down into small little cubes. And then I'm going to set these in a separate bowl. Everything else went in one bowl. I'm setting up the tomatoes in another bowl. Grab a handful of cilantro, chop them up, mince it up real small, real smooth. Watch them fingers. Set that aside for later as a garnish. Now, to make the tortillas, I'm going to make the masa now. I'm going to use masa flour, corn flour. I'm going to add about 3 to 4 cups into a bowl. And with that, I'm going to add a little bit of salt to taste. I don't like to add too much. You don't want them to be salty, so I add about 2 to 3 tablespoons of salt. You can add more if you like them a little more on the salty side. With that, I'm going to add about 2 cups of water just to start. And don't be afraid to get your hands messy. This is a time to have fun with it. Get your hands in there. Really start to play with the masa. And you'll feel it. There's still a lot of dry spots left, so I have to add in some water, massage it in some more. I felt there needed to be, there were still some dry spots, so I added more water and added a little more. And I think this was the last time I added some. You'll start to feel it. It'll start to clunk up. And this is the consistency you're going for. Not mushy. Definitely not wet, but you don't want it dry. You want it just enough to where you can play with it and handle it and it mold into a nice little ball. And then, so now we're going over to the stove, cook up our ingredients, set that aside to a pot on medium-high heat. I'm gonna add about 3 to 4 tablespoons of oil, and we're adding in our garlic, our peppers, and our onion. Just add up everything in there and give it a nice stir. It's time to stir that thing. So you want to cook these for about 7 minutes, give or take. I cooked mine for about 7 to 8 minutes, or depending on how you like your onions and peppers. If you like them more caramelized, you leave them there a little bit longer. A little less caramelized, you cook them for about 5 minutes. After about 7 to 8 minutes, you're going to add your tomatoes. And with the tomatoes, before I stir up, I like to add 2 to 3 tablespoons of black pepper. I'm also going to add in my salt, about 2 to 3 tablespoons of salt. Remember, the masa already has some, so it doesn't really need too much salt. And then I'm going to also add 2 tablespoons of cumin. With that, we're going to mix everything in well. Just make sure everything gets nice and coated. After about 3 to 4 minutes of the tomatoes cooking in with all the mix, we're going to add in the strained hibiscus flower. And when you strain it, save the juice, save the water. Okay, later you can make tea, water, and there's so much you can do with it. Drink it. It's really good for a lot of things, the kidneys especially. So you want to mix all this together. Mix it in every couple minutes. You're going to cook this for about another 8 to 10 minutes. Turn down the heat a little bit. Keep it on medium or low medium and just cook and stir and stir and stir. You want to stir that thing. Get up in there. Really work that pot. Really work that wrist. This is the consistency you're going for. This is what you're looking for. I mean, and it's probably going to stain your spoon. I'm sorry. It's okay, though. So after about 8 minutes or so, 8 to 10 minutes, you're going to turn off the heat and cover the pot. Let that just sit there in the steam. Now we're about to grab our tortilla maker. I like to add a bag just so it doesn't stick to the tortilla maker. Ours is a little old, so maybe that's another reason why it might stick, but... So you want to roll out a nice little ball with your hand, not too big, not too small, and put it in there, cover it with the bag, and press. If you ever see that it's not as big as you'd like, sometimes you might want to double press it and it might get a little wider. It also helps. See, the bag also kind of helps to take it off easily and everything. So again, we're going to repeat the process. You just grab a small little handful. You're going to roll it out with your hands. You're going to place in the middle, cover it with the bag, and you're going to press. Nice big press. And we have a good one. We have one that actually came out pretty round. And you're going to go place them on the stove on medium heat. First, heat up the pan, the little pan you have, and then place them on there. So this is what it looks like on the stove. You're going to watch them. After about a minute of them on their sides, you're going to give them a little flip. These are the first 2 that I put, and then I had to move the camera and everything over. So definitely don't want to use a spatula. Use your hands. I repeat, use your hands. Do not break the tradition. This is how it's always been done. This is what makes them taste so good. It's the hand flipping. So after about like 2 or 3 minutes, you're gonna just watch them. You're gonna flip them, and as you take one out, another one goes in. You're just gonna repeat this process for as many times as you need, and you're ready to assemble your tacos after you finish all your tortillas. You're gonna assemble everything together. Add a little bit of the hibiscus flower. I like to garnish mine with a little bit of cilantro, some avocado, and some lime wedges on the side. And remember that tea, that water? Here it is. You add a little bit of sweetener to it, and you have agua de Jamaica or hibiscus flower juice.
Hey yo, what's good everybody? Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I had a great time making it for you. Hibiscus flower tacos, who would have thought, right? I hope you guys try it at home and let me know how it goes. It's such a good recipe. I really hope you guys try it. I mean, it's just so much flavor. Oh, you guys are gonna love it because the texture is good. I mean, the flavors are delicious. It's gonna be a really good one. So if you guys enjoyed the video, hope you guys tune in next time here at Nano's Kitchen for another amazing recipe. Peace.